afternoon, everyone. I want to start with a question. Has anyone ever called you something that made you question yourself? It could be a friend, a teacher, or even a stranger. See, that's the thing. People always try to put a label on us. They try to call us something that we didn't even know we were. You might be called too loud, too quiet. Some might say you're too ambitious, or maybe too lazy. Some might say you're not the kind of person to do that. But that's not necessarily true. We don't realize it at first, but all of these words that we hear over and over and over again start making us doubt ourselves. Because 99% of the time, people don't always know who. Sorry. We either do everything to avoid being called something, or we just try to exhaust ourselves by trying to prove these people wrong. 99% of the time, trying to prove people wrong is just pointless. Because no matter what you say, they will always have an opinion about you. Today, I wanted to talk about why we let these words define us, and most importantly, how we can start believing in ourselves. When I was younger, my parents always used to call me, and still call me, conflicting. Not curious, not opinionated, conflicting. And to be fair, I did give them plenty of reasons to do so. I used to argue about anything and everything, whether it was something big like politics or human rights, or something like ice cream. For example, one day my mom bought me chocolate ice cream, but I went on a 5-minute rant about how vanilla is objectively better. I had historical facts, I had statistics, and even an emotional appeal about how vanilla is just better. Yeah, I was that kid. But I never realized that there was something wrong with that until something happened. One day at school, a teacher was grading my work, and I raised my hands to ask a question. I was confident, and I said that I don't really agree with the grade she gave me. She looked at me, she paused, she looked at me for a second, she sighed and said, "You always have to argue, don't you?" That moment changed everything for me, because I never realized that even my teachers think of me as a disrespectful person. See, that's the thing about things that you hear from people. Even when you didn't hear them before, once it's said, it sticks to your head. I started thinking, maybe I am disrespectful. Maybe I should just agree with people more. Maybe I should keep my opinions to myself. And then the next day, I came up to my teacher, and she was grading another assignment, and of course I had an opinion about it too. I always have an opinion, but this time I held back. I didn't want to share it, I kept it to myself, because I felt that if I do this now, then the teacher will think that I'm being disrespectful. And I just stayed quiet. But the funny thing is that it didn't change anything. Whether I shared my opinion or not, people still thought that I was a conflictful person. Because no matter what you do, no matter what you say, people will always have some kind of opinion about you. They will always have something to say. So, for example, if you make a group laugh once, then you'll be known as a comedian. You'll feel the pressure to entertain everyone all the time, and feel like you don't have the right to be upset. If you ace a test once, then you're the genius. If you comfort a friend when they're having a tough time, then now you're the therapist friend. You feel like you have to fit these expectations. You need to fill in these roles because that's what people expect from you. But that's not really true. What people say doesn't define who you are. Just because people have been telling you that you are bad at math all your life, doesn't mean that you have to give up. Doesn't mean that you are dumb. Just because people have been telling you that you're difficult doesn't mean that you should change to make them feel more comfortable. And that means that whenever someone tells you something, you should just think, okay, I don't care. I know who I am, and I don't care what you say, because I am not a difficult person just because you say I am. I am not dumb just because you think I am. And that's the key to believing in yourself and not letting other people define who you are. Don't let anyone tell you who you are. Don't let anyone tell you who you should be. Because let's be real, everyone will always have something to say. They will always have an opinion about who you are, who you should be, what you're capable of. But that's not true, because what you think you're capable of, you can do. What you think you are, you are. What other people say really doesn't matter. So don't let anyone tell you who you are, and don't let anyone's definition of you become the truth. Thank you.